It was an evil act of violence. That's exactly what this was.
Tonight, a community is still coming to grips with an unspeakable tragedy. Authorities say a gunman opened fire on at least 100 worshipers, killing 4 and then setting the building on fire. Thank you for joining us tonight at 11 on Terrence Friday. It happened at a Mormon church in Grand Blanc on Sunday. The gunman was killed by responding officers, and tonight we're getting new insight on the investigation. So here's where things stand. Officials say everyone who was in that building is accounted for. The FBI has not called this a terrorist attack, but instead an act of targeted violence. Again, 4 people were killed, and the shooter is also dead. 8 others remain in the hospital, and the victims range in age from 6 to 78 years old. Also today, our Eye in the Sky chopper gave us a look at the aftermath of the attack. You can see the rubble and charred remains of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. You can also see the gunman's pickup truck that he allegedly used to ram the church. Police say they found multiple homemade explosive devices inside of that truck. And all of this comes as we've learned more about the suspect and a possible motive now emerging. CBS News Detroit's Julia Avant has the latest from Grand Blanc.
From local authorities to the FBI, all hands are on deck to support Grand Blanc.
As a state, we know the pain of this too well. I know that this community is reeling right now, and I want you to know that the state of Michigan has your back.
As the nation learns more about what happened Sunday morning.
I need manpower up here ASAP. I have people trapped in the building.
The FBI has conducted over 100 interviews. It is still believed this was a targeted attack. What the target was, we still do not know. What we do know is that the gunman was involved with police prior to this incident, a burglary and driving under the influence. A local politician candidate, Chris Johns, tells CBS that the gunman ranted about the church a week before the incident. We also can confirm the name of a victim. A man by the name of John Bond has been confirmed as one of the victims by police.
It's still sinking in. I think it's just so hard to believe and so hard to fathom.
As I was running, with how close he was getting to me with his shooting, I was just standing there running, expecting to get a bullet in the back of my just legs.
A nightmare even those who responded grapple with.
And I remember pulling up here just yesterday, you know, and as I'm walking in, I see a dad. He's got soot on his mouth. He's wearing a light blue shirt, and he's like, "Sheriff, I can't find my son." And I said, "We're going to find your son," you know.
As the FBI continues to investigate, the Sheriff's Department is now going to work with public entities this week to make sure they have a safety plan, whether that's schools, churches, or any area that needs extra safety precaution. The Sheriff's Department also wants to make the community aware of GoFundMes. They say this isn't always the most reliable way to donate. That's why they are partnering with a local credit union, Elga Credit Union. They have multiple branches in this community. All you have to do is walk in and say you want to support these families. You can also contact the Sheriff's Department, whether it's by phone or Facebook, so you can help this community get back on their feet. In Grand Blanc, Julia Avant, CBS News, Detroit.
Thank you, Julia. We've also learned more about the suspect. He's been identified as 40-year-old Thomas Jacob Sanford. Investigators say he lived in nearby Burton, Michigan. He was a Marine veteran who served in Iraq and had a prior arrest for burglary and operating while intoxicated. Now, CBS News did briefly speak with the gunman's father, who says he's not doing well. Also new tonight, Attorney General Dana Nessel is warning against copycat threats after this attack. Earlier today, Okemos High School was briefly put on a lockdown after a threat was called into the school. Police said it was a false alarm and there were no active threats for the school. But Nessel says anyone who is thinking of doing the same could face a $15,000 fine or 20 years behind bars. If you know anything that can help with the investigation into this attack in Grand Blanc, the FBI wants to hear from you. You can dial 800-CALL-FBI or email them at tips.fbi.gov. Our morning team will continue our coverage as we continue to work to find out more about this investigation. You can watch those updates starting at 5. You can also catch all of our past coverage on our website, cbsdetroit.com.